Ignore the really loud music because I think our neighbors are having a party outside. But the task for today is to create the cardboard theater cutout out of these. They're kind of like already colored white cardboard pieces. And then I need to stencil out. Like this will be one of the sides, one of the columns of the theater. And so I need to stencil out with a pencil the shapes and then use a Sharpie to write it over. So kind of going for like a children's puppet theater vibe. I have some inspo pics from Pinterest that maybe I'll like try and copy some column designs from. We'll see, TBD. But that's what we're up to today, so let's go. Few hours later, I stenciled out all of the patterns for a mini theater based off of some Pinterest photos. So it's all in pencil. And now tomorrow I need to go over all of these lines with a Sharpie so they can actually be visible in the video. So right now it's all just pencil. I'm slightly worried about some of these that I was erasing quite aggressively. So TBD on how I'm going to troubleshoot that tomorrow. But so far, I think it's pretty good. TBD. We'll see you tomorrow. Hello and welcome to day 2 of making the theater for the Writers and Lovers music video. So the plan today is I drafted everything out with a pencil, last night. And now I'm gonna go over with a Sharpie over all of the lines to make it more obvious and clear. Hopefully, in a macro perspective, this will look good. If you look too close, it's a little janky, but you know, like the vibe is to be a little janky. You want it to look like a children's puppet theater, so let's keep going. / early afternoon. It is now Saturday and it is time for us to film the music video. I did not get like the biggest amount of sleep ever last night. I was washing my hair and then I already started pretty late, and then around like 3 in the morning, don't get me started, I was like, oh, I need the shot list for the video. I was gonna do it yesterday and then I ran out of time, and so at like 3 in the morning I had my laptop here in the bathroom like writing stuff down that we need to film today. But that's done, ready to go. I had lots and lots of coffee. We're gonna do this. I'm excited about this one. I think conceptually it's pretty cool, but I have to be like really on it in order to execute it accurately. Like everything will depend on whether I film it in the right sequence and in the right angle. So I have to be like hyper focused today, which is why I like really loaded up on the coffee to try and make sure that I'm like in the right headspace to do this. So I have the shot list down. I just need to follow it around and do it. I'm gonna put on the first outfit and then we need to start filming. We need to go. Go, 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 go. All right, here is the final look. It is a dress and then this like overlay mesh thingy that I got from a H&M, and I think it was Simone Rocha collab from years ago. Years ago. And I think I used this in the music video for February, but I had a different dress underneath it, so we're gonna switch things up a little bit. And a cute little headband, and I think I used this one in the definitely maybe visualizer, like 99% sure about that. All right, let's go. call it a day on the shoot for Writers and Lovers. The outfit that I have on is the like king of the white chess pieces. My dad set all of this up, like the background curtains. We used little bow ties right there, or like little satin ties. And then these, my dad also made out of colored paper that we got. There's like, you can see that it's taped together in the back. So as I was putting it on, I was trying to make sure that that stuff is in the back. But I wanted one of these to make it look like a king in the figures. So this entire scene will then be sized down, cropped so it becomes a square, sized down, and put into the little frame of Writers and Lovers that I was making last weekend. So my dad built this like wooden frame around it, and then we put the white cardboard on top of it with the art stuff on it. And then these little outdoor chess figures that we got on Amazon, and the chess board, and then you still can see the blue floor from the previous scene, from like the outside theater scene, that the frame was in there. So we have to change the background from blue into yellow, add in the curtains, put the chessboard on, and then do the second round of the video. But this one took a lot of time, not necessarily for filming, but mainly to set everything up. The transition was long, and then when we started doing the chess pieces, I wasn't really sure what to do. So I was like very awkward at first, trying to figure out what exactly to do. But then I think it came together. The blue one that came after was a lot easier to do because I already knew kind of the kind of shots that I was going for, what worked, what didn't work when I was doing the red one. Like there were some moves or things that I did that I looked back at the footage on my phone. I was like, yeah, no, not good. But anyways, this was fun. This was a lot. Like conceptually, it's a slightly different one than we've done that I've ever done so far. But I think it's really fun. And actually, this whole idea was actually my mom's idea. She's right over there. Because I was showing her my Pinterest. I was like, oh, these are all like kind of the vibes I'm going for, things that I like for this video. Do you see anything here that you think will be feasible for us to do? And she saw that I had a bunch of these photos on Pinterest of like little children's theaters, and she was like, what if you film yourself looking down at a scene out of the theater? And I was like, oh my god, you're a genius. And so that was kind of like the moment that everything came together. And then I started planning this out with like the chessboard being in the middle, being in the theater, and then the separate girl being on the outside. Anyways, now I have to do a lot of editing. The one on the outside will be a single take. The one on the inside, the chess stuff, I will edit really closely, so it'll feel even more immersive if the one on the outside is a single take, so it feels like everything else is playing out in real time. Hopefully. In theory, that was the idea, right? If you don't get that vibe, just remember that's what I had in mind when I was doing it. I wanted it to be like that. Execution, TBD. But yeah, that's it. I'm ranting now. But this is officially the end of the Writers and Lovers music video. All right, I hope you enjoy it. Bye!
What would the world be without the